Howdy everyone, it's Reese, aka Bearman Prime, coming to you here on YouTube for day one of what I hope to be a very helpful and useful series where I am going to read you the entire Bible in a year for the year of 2024. So just a quick bit of background for those of you that may not be familiar with me. So I do stream on Twitch Fridays and Saturday nights, and I always try to promote my faith in Jesus Christ and Christianity in general through my content. I always open and close my streams with a prayer. I encourage you all to tell me how I can pray for you. I would love to pray for you, still would. I always try to provide a encouraging Bible verse at the end of every stream to help motivate you and help you feel good. And I try to promote Christian content on Twitter and things like that. Um, but I feel like that God has been leading me to do a little bit more, try to do more with my content and really, really get the word out there. And my motto for 2023, I think, has been keep it simple. Trying to keep everything in my life as simple as possible because there's just a lot going on already. And what better way to keep it simple and get the word out than just by reading the word itself? So that's what I'm going to do. So over the course of the entire year of 2024, I'm going to read uh, the Bible to you. And so this is my Bible here, and it actually has a daily reading plan here in the back where it goes day by day and tells you which verses to read, skips over some of the more superfluous ones, I suppose. And that way you can get through the entire Bible, Genesis to Revelation, in an entire year. So I'm going to be following that plan. I'm actually going to be reading from this easy to read children's version of the Bible. And again, trying to keep it simple, keep the language simple. That way y'all can follow along a little bit better. There are more accurate versions of the Bible out there, more accurate translations. The King James Version being the considered the most accurate because it's a word for word translation, whereas other versions like NIV or whatever are more translated on the thought or the meaning of the sentence. But I just want to try to keep things as simple as possible so y'all can understand, follow along, and get the meaning of the word. Okay? So, with that said, let us begin our journey in the Bible. We're going to start today at the very beginning in the book of Genesis. So, book of Genesis is obviously at the beginning, so it talks about the beginning of creation, God creating the universe and the world, everything in it, his creation of mankind, and his first interactions with mankind, as well as planting the seeds of his chosen people and chosen nation of Israel. That'll be later on, though. So today, for January 1st, we're going to be starting in Genesis 1, chapter 1, verse 1, and going to chapter 2, verse 3. All right? So starting in chapter 1, verse 1. God created the sky and the earth. At first, the earth was completely empty. There was nothing on the earth. Darkness covered the ocean, and God's Spirit moved over the water. Then God said, "Let there be light," and light began to shine. He saw the light, and he knew that it was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God named the light day, and he named the darkness night. There was evening, and then there was morning. This was the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a space to separate the water into two parts." So God made the space and separated the water. Some of the water was above it, and some of the water was below it. God named that space sky. There was evening, and then there was morning. This was the second day. Then God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered together so that the dry land will appear." And it happened. God named the dry land earth, and he named the water that was gathered together seas. And God saw that this was good. Then God said, "Let the earth grow grass, plants that make grain, and fruit trees. The fruit trees will make fruit with seed in it, and each plant will make its own kind of seed. Let these plants grow on the earth." And it happened. The earth grew grass and plants that made grain, and it grew trees that made fruit with seeds in it. Every plant made its own kind of seeds, and God saw that this was good. There was evening, and then there was morning. This was the third day. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the sky. These lights will separate the days from the nights. They will be used for signs to show when special meetings begin and to show the days and years. They will be in the sky to shine light on the earth." And it happened. So God made the two large lights. He made the larger light to rule during the day and the smaller light to rule during the night. He also made the stars. God put these lights in the sky to shine on the earth. He put them in the sky to rule over the day and over the night. They separated the light from the darkness. God saw that this was good. There was evening, and then there was morning. This was the fourth day. Then God said, "Let the water be filled with many living things, and let there be birds to fly in the air over the earth." So God created the large sea animals. He created all the many living things in the sea, and every kind of bird that flies in the air. And God saw that this was good. God blessed all the living things in the sea, and told them to have many babies, and fill the seas. And he blessed the birds on the land, and told them to have many more babies. There was evening, and then there was morning. This was the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth produce many kinds of living things. Let there be many different kinds of animals. Let there be large animals and small crawling animals of every kind. Let all these animals produce more animals." All these things happened. So God made every kind of animal. He made the wild animals, the tame animals, all the small crawling things. And God saw that this was good. Then God said, "Now let's make humans who will be like us. They will rule over all the fish in the sea and the birds in the air. They will rule over all the large animals and all the little things that crawl on the earth." So God created humans in his own image. He created them to be like himself. He created them male and female. God blessed them and said to them, "Have many children. Fill the earth and take control of it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the air. Rule over every living thing that moves on the earth." God said, "I am giving you all the grain-bearing plants and all the fruit trees. These trees make fruit with seeds in it. This grain and fruit will be your food. And I am giving all the green plants to the animals. These green plants will be their food. Every animal on earth, every bird in the air, and all the little things that crawl on the earth will eat that food." And all these things happened. God looked at everything he had made, and he saw that everything was very good. There was evening, and then there was morning. This was the sixth day. So the earth, the sky, and everything in them were finished. God finished the work he was doing, so on the seventh day he rested from his work. God blessed the seventh day and made it a holy day. He made it special because on that day he rested from all the work he did while creating the world. All right, so here's the key thought that I want y'all to take away from this. It doesn't matter the mechanics of how the universe and everything in it was actually created. It doesn't matter whether it took 4.6 billion years or 6,000 years. It doesn't matter whether it was evolution or creationism and just happened, okay? None of that matters. What matters is God did it. He was behind it all, okay? He can do it any way he wants to. Doesn't matter how it happened. He did it, okay? And he did it by speaking. Says it several times. Every time he made something, he spoke it. He said, and then it happened. So God's word is power. And then you also see that everything he made was good. It means it was perfect. It's like an artist looking on his masterpiece and saying, "This is good." Everything he made was perfect. Okay? I want y'all to keep that in mind. Thank y'all for joining me. I sure do hope you enjoyed this, and will join me tomorrow for our next adventure into the Bible. Peace out. God bless. Thank you.